Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast. It's Natasha Leggero.
And I am Moshe Kasher. We had a banger of a live episode last night. We taped a live episode. If you missed it, you missed out on something groovy.
It was nice.
It was nice.
I feel like I actually learned a life lesson from the VIP section.
Oh, what was it?
Well, some girl was like quarantining with her mom, and then she was talking about it, and then she said that she liked how her mom just always gave her information. And I was like, oh, that's such a great way to raise a kid.
Just to give her information?
Yeah, like she just like told her what happened if she drinks. Like, you'll if you go, you can get a buzz, but if you drink too much, then you get this really happy feeling, and then you could also like get too drunk, and then you could get in trouble.
To be clear, that was the only bit of information that she mentioned last night.
No, but then I thought it was interesting that she and her mom told her like you could get arrested. You know, these are the consequences.
All of the information was about drinking.
But she was using it as an example of how her mom just gave her information. She didn't say don't drink.
Right.
And I thought that was really interesting because my instincts are always like to like tell someone what to do. But if you just present information, that seems like it could apply to a lot of different aspects of parenting and also handling your fear.
I thought too that this, if you listen, the VIP was ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous that shows have VIPs, but it was intimate, and it was only 10 people from the live stream, and we all went out around the little Zoom. We went around the Zoom, and everybody answered a question of a challenge that they were trying to overcome that we picked out of this like card of questions, the deck of questions that we have that sometimes you, me, and our child will go through at dinner and ask each other a question, and our child will pretend that she understands the question. It'll always be like, what's one of the fears that you're glad that you were able to overcome? And then our kid will be like, horses. It's just like make some shit up. But I was very touched by it too, because it made me realize there's only 10 people in that little thing, and it felt like a slice of our listenership, and every one of them felt like they were introspective, deep people that not only tuned into the podcast because of the comedy stuff, but because like there were tons of people that were saying specific things from the podcast that had emotionally resonated with them, and it felt like the more sincere stuff that we do. And that made me think that people like this podcast because they have like a connection to the kind of helping people through their rougher times thing that we're doing here. And I thought it was just very sweet. It was a very touching experience.
But really, I think people like the podcast because they like to hear two sides to a story and pick who they agree with, which is usually me. So I think I've been hearing a lot from the fans, and they just want me to know that they agree with me.
About what?
Almost everything.
I would feel like, it's funny, I was in the middle of a heartfelt little, speech about how the sincerity of our podcast is one of the things that people connect to the most on an emotional level, and it resonates with them, and that when we are sincere, they feel a sincere connection to us. And then at the end of that heartfelt talk, you made a insincere slam roast.
But it's also true.
Right. If it's true, it's on some level sincere, right?
Well, like because then I think we also talk about our fights. So like, what's the last thing we fought about? Yesterday we got hummus, and you said it was the wrong hummus they delivered. Okay. So you wanted to call and get a refund from the restaurant.
Okay, no.
And
okay.
I think we should ask people if you're right or if I'm right that you should have just dropped it.
Well, here's the problem with these. Are you right? Am I right? You always deliver stuff contextless in the least flattering way possible.
To my opponent.
Yes, I'm not your opponent. I'm your husband. That's, I think, an often missed point. No, man. We ordered this hummus from a place that we often get hummus from, and they have this jalapeno hummus, and I was ordering it online, and
you got an extra large.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to get an extra large container of it? And I thought to myself, well, I love this jalapeno hummus. I'll get the extra large, and it won't just be for dinner tonight. I'll be able to scoop it all week long. I'll be able to scoop that that jalapeno hummus. So I get the hummus. So I paid a lot for it. I paid $7 for it. It wasn't a cheap tub of hummus. Mm-hmm. That's actually what we call you sometimes when you leave the room. Look at that old tub of hummus. Anyway,
so you got your tub of jalapeno hummus.
Tub of jalapeno hummus. And I fucking dipped the pita into it, and the shit is not jalapeno hummus. They've done a like weird hustle.
It was like parsley or something.
It was green.
I just think they gave you the wrong one. They probably have like a parsley hummus.
There's never been a parsley hummus.
Cilantro
There's
hummus.
no such thing as a parsley hummus.
Cilantro.
It wasn't cilantro. It was parsley. It tasted like parsley. Therefore, I could tell that it was parsley. Here's what I think happened. The people over at blank restaurant over here in Los Angeles ran out of jalapenos, knew it was a popular item and didn't want to take it off of the menu, and were just like, you know what? Whirl up the parsley. It's green. Sell it to the people. It was a hustle. We got conned, Natasha.
Moshe.
Anyway, so I said...
You spent the first 10 minutes of dinner asking me if you should call them to get your money back.
But Natasha...
To which I kept repeating, no. Can you please drop it?
So Natasha seems to think that because this has been a difficult year for the restaurant industry, anything, you should just never ask for a refund no matter what.
I think you could give critical feedback. Like I think you could call the customer after dinner with your family and say, hey, I just want you to know I ordered the jalapeno hummus. It had parsley in it.
Goodbye. Thank you. Just want to ta-ta for now. What's the point of that?
So then they know that like people are onto them.
If
you really think it's like an underhanded operation over there.
All I wanted was my $7 back. I threw the whole thing in the garbage. I've never heard of.
So you wanted to call the restaurant and have them give you a $7 credit for your next order that you could then memorize, or
give me my money back.
You wanted to give your card over the phone.
I ordered jalapeno hummus. I got parsley hummus. I deserve my $7. That is the basic ethical quandary that we are in the midst of right now.
Well, I just feel that every single business in the world, like restaurant-wise, is probably struggling.
Yes, I agree.
Because how could you not be after not being open for a year?
Yeah.
So I just think like...
So let it slide.
Yeah. Aren't you glad that you can order jalapeno hummus 0.6 blocks from your house?
Okay, don't first world problems me with this, because then that's just an excuse anytime you're unsatisfied. Just be like, well, I guess I'm lucky that I live in a developed country, so I'll just allow anything. You know, it really is a slippery slope from jalapeno hummus to being robbed at gunpoint. It's not a joke. And you go, oh, I was robbed at gunpoint, but I guess I'm lucky that, I live in a city where I can go get mental health, help, and I can call my favorite podcast and tell them about my trauma.
Well, this is a good example of people agreeing with me.
No one's agreed with you.
I'm sure they will.
I kind of have a feeling you're right, and I don't like it. It's my money. I paid the extra. If I had just gotten the side of jalapeno hummus that came with the dish, I wouldn't have even thought twice about it. I'd be like, gross. I paid $7 extra to get a tubba.
They're like really busy. You're like, hi, I ordered. Can I give you my credit card number over the? Hold on, please. Hello, can I take your order? I need to get my Visa card.
And they're like, this is rude. I wish he had called after his meal with his family and given us some constructive criticism instead.
I've done that before. Let people know that something didn't taste the same way or something.
And how'd it go?
I don't know, but I always, I think of like if I would want to know that.
But here's the real deal, Natasha. Like I might be a bit of a penny pincher, but you're whatever the opposite of that is. You know that a fool and his money are soon parted, Benjamin Franklin quote. You're the fool. You are soon parted with your money. I've seen Natasha negotiate against herself with someone. It'll be like a contractor, and she'll be like, "Can you come do this job? I'll give you $500, $600. Just please say yes." In the same sentence. You're the worst negotiator I've ever met.
Well, I get things done.
You do get things done. It's easy to get things done when you're willing to pay literally any price and then double that price.
That's not true. Can we take a call?
Okay, let's take a call. Okay, we are going to call our friend Megan in Bloomfield, New Jersey. How do you pronounce New Jersey?
It's pronounced Jersey.
Jersey?
Jersey.
Jersey.
Hi.
Maggie?
My name is Megan.
Oh, Megan, I'm so sorry. But, I don't know how to pronounce things. Do you say it Joyzy or Jersey?
Joyzy.
You say Joyzy. I thought so. It's Joyzy. That's Natasha, I told you. It's Joyzy.
I just want to say to both of you, I'm a huge fan. I see you every time you're at Caroline's Comedy Club.
Oh, thank you.
I love you guys so much. You guys are so freaking funny. And I can't believe I'm talking to you. So,
Well, speaking of Joyzy, you know who we're big fans of?
Caroline's?
Bon Jovi. Do you know Bon Jovi?
They're from Joyzy.
Bon Jovi is from Joyzy, actually.
Oh my God. I can't say that I'm not a Bon Jovi fan because they'll murder me.
Oh, you have to. Oh, is it a law in Joyzy that you have to say that?
I think also Bruce Springsteen, you can't say you don't like him
Got
because
it.
they'll murder you.
Honestly, I like both of them. And I like you. And I like that you come see us at Caroline's. I'm already a fan of yours. Let's do this.
Okay, sorry. I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. We were just fighting about hummus, if it makes us feel like more human to you.
Tosh, can I just tell you, you are like literally the most beautiful woman that ever lived.
Okay.
Stop
Okay.
it.
Okay.
See, Moshe, that's what you're supposed to say to someone.
All right. It's just not how we talk to broads in Joyzy. In Joyzy, we were taught, even if the broad's beautiful, you gotta kind of neg her a little bit. You know what I mean? Make her want you. Megan, how can we help?
Oh my God.
Have you gotten
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I have second dose. Let's go. But anyway, but we're starting to talk about kids in my 12-year relationship. But here's the thing. He takes medication that, like you could literally beat him over the head with a bat and he would sleep through it. So it's like, and this is going to sound like so petty, but I love sleep. And if we have a baby, if he's never going to wake up for the baby, like, am I going to be like resentful of that?
This is a good one. I like that. He has a medical condition that causes him to be unable to ever get up and care for the child in the night.
No,
honestly, it doesn't sound that
running joke
different from just a father.
That was well played. I thought that was really funny. Wow.
You laughed a little
God.
too hard, Moshe.
Well, it was just a good joke and not really based in reality. I got up. Didn't I get up?
No, you get up a little bit, I guess. That's hard. I mean, are you at a place where you're working and do you have to have someone come help you with the kid? Or are you planning on doing everything by yourself?
So we looked into like a night nurse, and we're in a good like monetarily, but it's $100 an hour. Like it's.
Well, I don't think
Natasha would pay 200, 300. She would just say anything you want.
No, I don't think you need a night nurse, but I think practically speaking, because if you're breastfeeding, you have got to wake up all night. It's going to be unfair. It's not equally distributed, the labor.
Natasha, you're saying even
Right.
if he didn't have whatever, I don't know what this
even if he
narcolepsy,
didn't have narcolepsy,
it would still be
apnea,
the reality
But
of
instead
delusions.
he takes sleepy time pills.
Wait.
Okay, so
Wait, here's a question. Can we ask, why does he take the sleeping pills? Is that too personal?
Anxiety.
Don't do quotation marks for somebody's mental health issues. Schizophrenia.
No.
Schizoaffective disorder. No, you can't quote mark somebody's mental health issues. Anxiety.
No, I am the poster child. I am the poster child for mental illness. So I'm not speaking like against it, but it's also like, I also wake up in the night if someone breaks in, or the baby cries.
Right. You also have anxiety, and it's about living next to a unconscious person every night.
here's the thing.
I have a thought. Go ahead.
Exactly.
I think that, it's very unevenly distributed when you first have a baby. The woman has to do way more work. The baby's like relying on you to live, it's soothed by you more.
Yeah.
You need to breastfeed constantly and it needs to eat constantly. And, so even if you're not breastfeeding, you've got to like make the warm milk and make it a certain temperature. And you're like constantly doing all this stuff. So anyway, the point is you're going to have to do so much shit anyway. And then ultimately you'll figure out a system, if you really want to have a baby, that works for you, if you can hire someone to come in the morning or whenever you're going to need a little bit of help getting to work, getting, your life in order, and then finding the thing that he's good at. Maybe he's great cooking. Like he's, when is he most conscious? And, you'll find the thing that he can help with that will be his thing. And maybe, you'll figure it out. I think wanting to have a baby with someone is a really big thing. So you have to really be able to envision it and know that he's going to have energy in other places for it.
That's really smart.
Did you guys ever feel any resentment
towards each other? We only feel resentment towards each other. We haven't had a warm.
Stop.
We honestly haven't had a warm feeling towards one another since years before the baby. Would you say? I mean, the first 6 months were nice, but since then, it's just been a business arrangement.
You're such an ass.
Did we have resentments? I think we had incidental resentments, but right, like it would happen on a daily thing, but I don't remember there being like a theme of you never do this. Do you? I
think I got mad like the 6th time you went surfing when I was breastfeeding in the day. I just remember like us getting into like kind of some myths. Like I just remember having like a child attached to me and like needing water, and I couldn't get up, and the dogs needed to be fed, and you were like, I'm going surfing.
Okay, I don't remember that.
And then I would get mad and you didn't understand why. And I feel like I was just kind of like absorbing all this labor. And I think that, it's just part of the silent labor of being a woman.
So you thought we had an issue with me just taking off to go surfing too much?
Well, I just don't think you understood like how much I was like compromising, like not being able to do anything like physically. I couldn't even like not wear a robe.
I'll take your word for it. I don't remember that, but I believe that happened.
I'm not saying you weren't helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's not going to be completely balanced all the time, or maybe ever.
Well, here's my thought.
And maybe there's different things you can figure out that people are going to be good at.
Right. That's what I was going to say. It's like my memory of us have early days with the kid were that when one of us had a thing like for example, breastfeeding, that wasn't really negotiable. Right? Like she had to breastfeed. I really couldn't help with that. And your husband has to sleep through the night. I guess he can't really help that. That we would find ways to, in other areas, to compensate. It would almost be like I don't like the whole idea of negotiating, but it would almost be like a negotiation. Like, okay, well, you have to do this, this, and this. It's unnegotiable. So how about I offer you this, this, and this, and that'll be kind of my offering to this family. That's how I remember it. Does that not feel true to you?
Yeah.
So
great work, hun.
So something like that would make sense. Like if in fact this guy will never get up with the baby, because by the way, you don't have to breastfeed the baby in the night. You can feed the baby breast milk in a bottle, right? And I know that because I used to do that with our baby.
But if you're breastfeeding,
Moshe,
you need to get it out.
just been on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, what he's forgetting is that if you're breastfeeding, your breasts fill up and start to hurt if you don't leak them.
I would never forget that. It was a beautiful time in our relationship.
I complained so much.
But my other question is, I don't know how anxiety disorders work. Does he need to take it every single night? Or it won't work. Like I know, like with
yeah,
oh, he does. Okay, well then you have a non-negotiable. At least here's how I feel about non-negotiables. At least with a non-negotiable, you know it's non-negotiable, so you have to figure out a solution to that. You know what I'm saying? Like with other things.
But like I'm bipolar too, and I take a bunch of meds also. So it's like, but I could like make it work.
But what do you mean? You don't take his medication that makes him sleep all night.
That's true.
That's a non-negotiable. Right. You can't be like, well, you have anxiety, but I have bipolar, so you should be more like me. It's like, well, there's no connection.
That was not at all what I was saying. I'm just saying, like, sometimes my meds make me a little sleepy too. But if we're gonna like bring life into this world, like we have to.
Now I'm getting nervous for your future child.
No.
Oh God, no.
I mean, I guess I just think like, I mean, my instinct is, wouldn't you rather have a? I mean, this isn't even a question. This is obviously yes. You'd rather have a husband father that is balanced in their medication and dealing with their mental health and healthy in that way than somebody who's like, okay, well, I guess I won't take my anxiety medication so that we can distribute labor more evenly and then becoming increasingly anxious. That's not better. A guy who's like addled with anxiety but getting up in the middle of the night isn't better than an unconscious person who's taking care of their anxiety disorder.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. This is why I called.
I think that you need to really think about if you see a future and a family with this person. And I mean, I remember I really thought that Moshe would be a good dad. And that was one of the reasons I agreed to have a child with him.
And it's been a rude awakening ever since for you, huh?
It's funny because
Shut up.
I didn't know how Moshe would be as a dad. And I kind of had him pinned for one of those like dorky dads that like always have wipes and like are like really like helicoptery. But he's not like that.
What
He's
am I like?
Like walk barefoot into the flames. Just live a little. You want to start surfing when they're like 2? You know, like I just thought like
There's a theme here, by the way, and it's surfing. Maybe you guys should learn to surf. Honestly,
no, but I think yeah. But I'm just saying you don't
Is
know
that
how someone's
the solution?
you don't know how someone's gonna be as a dad until they're a dad.
Right. That's
like
true.
I know Moshe so well, and he wasn't who I thought he was gonna be. Even though you are kind of, but I didn't. It surprised me. Or, the grandparents, you don't know who's going to come out and like be a good grandparent and be involved and, who's not.
That's really wise, Natasha. I think that's also good advice for you that you don't know. You're focused on the one aspect of parenting that you know is going to be annoying. And to be honest, it will be annoying if you have to get up exclusively every night. That will be annoying.
But that's basically what every woman has ever done since
anyway, sure.
Maybe 2012.
I just do want to say in my defense, I used to get up with the baby all the time. I mean, all the time. We would go back and forth. We would trade.
No, I know.
That's what I remember.
Helpful.
Moshe, I heard you on Never Not Funny complaining about how you didn't sleep. So
thank you.
Yeah.
I went on a Jimmy Pardo's podcast and lied about how much labor I was doing. So no. So I think that it's easy. It's easy to focus on the part that you'll be annoyed by. But I think Natasha's saying something really profound, which is because your husband isn't a dad yet. So once he becomes a dad, he and you will discover the things that he's really good at. And almost invariably, there will be things that you're bad at. And it will balance itself out. And you'll go, wow, I couldn't do that, but he couldn't do this. And you guys will find a way to kind of balance it out. And then go hit the Jersey Shore and catch some waves.
Shut up.
Jersey Shore, sorry.
I love you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good luck.
Good luck.
A little bit of clarity I needed.
Good. So glad
Bye,
to hear.
Megan.
Bye-bye. See you at Caroline's next time.
You think it's going to work out?
Yeah. She seems so sweet. It seems good. Yeah. I just think I think that you brought some of that truth to hammer home, although there was also a bunch of misinformation in it. So it's kind of an interesting mix to me about bringing her truth for her situation while painting a narrative of our situation that was filled with sort of white lies, outright lies. And
what was a white lie?
Well, I used to get up with the kid all the time. I remember now that we're thinking about it, it's almost
you would do
it's almost like PTSD. I forgot that period of our life. We would go back and forth. It would be,
but I would
you
still have to get up in the middle of the night to leak them and like leak my tits and feed the baby.
Sure.
Get up in the morning.
You're right. You're right about that. There is an I think Chelsea was the one that said I think it was Chelsea that told you that nature is misogynistic. It's like there's feminism is an important political and social and human movement, but then when it gets down to the physiological realities of having a child, you realize as a woman, this is not my words, this is Chelsea's idea, I think, right? Was Chelsea that said that?
I don't remember.
Well, this idea, maybe it wasn't, I don't remember who told me, but that your body is like sexist. Your body is like, nope, you'll be carrying the baby. Nope, you'll be feeding the baby. Nope, it's your body that must do all of this labor, and it will be uneven and unequal, sort of de facto based on the physiological realities of this, which is interesting.
What's really depressing is I'm reading this book called Mom Genes right now, Genes, and it's just this woman set out to study moms as like their own species because no one's really ever put money towards studying them, or scientists have never really done it. And she set out to do one thing, but like the thing that she's learned is just kind of depressing, which is that moms, after you're a mom, you kind of lose matter in your brain and you just get stupider.
Really?
Kind of.
Oh no.
Or you just kind of like, you're giving you're giving energy, you're depleting yourself by having a child.
Yikes.
But
That does explain a lot of things, though.
What?
Just like your reading material.
My reading material?
Well, you used to always be reading these like French books and like Melville and the classics, and like lately I've been noticing like you're reading these like
I'm reading to our daughter.
golden books. You know, golden books. Clifford. I'm like, Tosh, what is this Cliff? But I'm not talking about to our daughter. Like, I'll find it under your pillow and stuff.
Anyway, the point is...
She'll be like, I'm going to dig into my book. Moshe, do you mind if we don't watch something? And I'm going to dig into my book. I look over. It's Clifford the Big Red Dog. I'm not kidding.
Listen, having
and
a baby...
she's struggling with it. She's
definitely worth it. You won't care that you're a little dumber.
I don't think you're dumber, honey.
I don't care.
Really?
I really don't care.
Well, I think you're pretty dang sharp.
Thank you.
Shall we listen to some secrets?
Yeah, let's listen to some secrets.
Hey, Natasha. Hey, Moshe. This is a secret no one has known for 20 years. So when I was in the 8th grade, my best friend and I were the student accountants for our primary school small cafeteria, sold like milk and chocolate milk and chips and stuff like that to the kids, students. So our job was the accountants, and every day we put together the cash float in the money box. We did an inventory of the snacks, got the food card together. Then at the end, we had to count and record everything after the kids were done selling everything. So different 8th grade students would volunteer and be the cashier each day. So they would come, they'd pick up the food we put together, sell it to the kids who wanted some. So those students were responsible for making change and making sure everyone was paid for their food. My friends and I decided this system was ripe for exploitation, and we began embezzling money and snacks like immediately. Since we were the accountants, which was a job that was only given to the most like extremely trustworthy students, it was really easy for us to fudge the numbers and shift the blame to the sellers. The terrible part of what we did was we covered our tracks by always having the numbers be wrong when a certain kid, a kid we did not like because we thought he was weird, was the seller. This made it look like he was terrible at making change or couldn't do basic math or was just dumb. There were multiple times where he got in trouble only to break down in tears because he swore he was doing things right, which he was. I genuinely feel bad about doing that to him, but I don't feel bad about the N64 game I bought with my embezzlement. I love you both. Make more another period. Miss you guys.
Wait, is this
so
who like
terrible.
runs the world? People like this? Is that why we're kind of fucked?
I would love to know what that guy does for a living now. Oh, yeah. God, that's so rough. I used to be so cruel to people when I was in elementary and middle school. Jesus.
That one just felt worse because it felt calculated.
Oh, yeah. It was brilliant.
Targeted.
These little shisty CEO children blaming it all on one loser and him crying. I mean, it was literally that secret played like a Disney Plus movie, you know, like about a group of rascals. That is so mean.
Remember people selling milk to you in like midday? We'd have like 10 a.m. milk.
I don't remember that at all.
Disgusting.
Oakland Public Schools, it was like, what I remember, the food was fucked up. And I remember there were nacho cheese fries. It was French fries with like dumped spicy nacho cheese sauce on top. And it was so fucking good.
It was good?
Oh, it was so good. To this day, I could fuck up.
You would not like it today.
I would too. I think I would. And you know what kids used to do to us? We'd be eating the nacho cheese fries with white kids, and kids would walk by and they would see the white kids and they would slap the nacho cheese fries out of their hands and say, "You don't want that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I do want that. I wanted that." Did
you ever get nacho cheese sauce splashed on your face from somebody?
No, but there was a story of this kid, this like one of these like white dorks, because there were like different strata of white people in Oakland Public Schools, and the white dorks were one group. I was not in. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. And this dude had a brand new suede jacket. Like, you remember, like the dorky kids always would have like a leather jacket. They'd be like, "This is my jacket." And he had a brand new suede jacket, and he got "You Don't Want That'd," and nacho cheese splattered all over his suede. And God, it's so cruel. Middle school is such a horrifying time. I found some of those people back then and apologized to them.
That's nice.
Some of those middle school people.
Let's hear another one.
All right, let's do.
Hey guys, so let me tell you a secret real quick. Well, it's not really a secret, but I think it's hilarious. So me and my husband are both Mexican, We are both light-skinned Hispanic, in case that makes any difference at all. But our dog seems to be racist. Every time that an African-American person approaches him, he barks and runs away. But he literally never does it either way. The only time that he does that is when it's an African-American person. And I'm not sure how to explain to people, hey, my dog is racist, so please don't get close to him. Not that he'll attack or anything, but anyways, if anybody else is dealing with this, it would be great to know. Thanks. Bye.
It's a thing. It is a thing. I've read about it. I've read articles about it. People saying their dogs are racist because they bark at certain kinds of people. And it's usually because, not to pull your cover secret lever, it's usually because they don't have any, I think this is true, I have to look this up. They don't have exposure to the group of people that they're barking at. So the problem isn't that your dog is racist, it's that you're kind of racist and you don't have any black friends. So you need to go out, make a black friend, do not explain this to them because they probably will not appreciate that you're like, really what I'm trying to do is just socialize my dog. Go make a black friend, invite him over for tea, and then have that black friend pet your dog, say, hello, my name is Bill, I am black, and then your dog will eventually go, oh, okay, and be cool again.
All right, let us know what happens.
Yeah, let us know. Actually, honestly, I don't advise that. What do you do? But I have read about this. I have read about this. Dogs that bark at certain groups of people.
Our dog Pablo barks at loose fabric.
Yeah.
He doesn't like bell bottoms. He doesn't like baggy socks.
Hated the 70s. He did. He hated the disco era.
But, that's so I don't bring him on walks that much.
That's right. Well, dogs are complicated, but you know what's not complicated?
What, honey?
I want to hear another secret.
I want to hear one more, too.
Oh, hi, Moshe and Natasha. I've got a secret. I found an old iPhone 3 of mine or my husband's, I can't even remember, plugged it in, and when it was fully charged, started looking through the photos and found a bunch of baby photos of my firstborn that I thought I had lost. So I, was pawning over them and showed my daughter, who was at the time 7, she's 9 now, and her friend, who was the same age, and her friend's brother, who was 4 at the time, and my son, who was 4 at the time, were all over having a play date. And I just gave them the phone and walked away, and they were all looking at these baby photos. Well, I guess they went a bit too far. This is back in 2012, these photos were taken. And they came across the most horrible pornographic photo. I can't even, it was like a joke photo. It's a guy laying on his back, holding open his asshole, that's gaping, and no exaggeration. You could nestle a softball in there. So they come up running to me, all 4 kids, my kids and someone else's kids. Mom, look at this, look at this. I almost died. I grabbed the phone, turned it off, looked at, my daughter's friend and said, I need to phone your mom, right? And she goes, yeah. Before I made the phone call, I convinced the girls and my son, and his friend that, the photo was of a person giving birth. It was a dude with a mustache, right? So in the end, told the parent, and my kids believed me. I don't know how they were young at the time, but everybody believed that it was a birthing photo. Anyways, so iPhone 3 now hiding and will never be found. I don't know what else was on that phone. I just turned it off and I guess let it die and hid it in a shoebox far away. So everyone out there, hide your phones from your kids, your old phones. All right, talk to you later.
Dude, that was... My hat is so firmly tipped to that woman who in her panic came up with not only the perfect...
She still had to call the family and say the birthing photo, but she at least didn't have to say to 3 of her daughter's friends' mom.
I had a gaping photo and your kid kind of stumbled across it. No joke, a softball could have fit in there.
You would have been ostracized from the friend group. Like, why would anyone believe when you were giving birth, someone got a picture of it from like the front of you?
Yeah, from the hole out. Yeah. I mean, it's so brilliant,
and
though.
The guy had a mustache.
But the thing is, she had to know.
The kids didn't remember.
The kids aren't going to go into details, right?
Because they're not getting to see it again. They don't remember.
And she's deleting the photo immediately.
But what's funny is the kids did look at it for a while because they brought it to her and were like, look at
what
this.
What the fuck am I looking at? That is so true.
Wait, is it called gaping? Is that a
gaping? Yeah,
sexual? It's a thing that people like.
Yeah,
Ew,
it is.
Wait, why?
Actually, there's some porn where they put a speculum in a person and they kind of
why they want it
they
to be
manually
gaping?
gape.
Then it's not a tight fuck.
It's not about fucking. You're looking. It's a picture. You can't fuck a picture.
Oh, you want to look inside?
I don't want anything. What do you mean? What if it's dark? What if it's dark? Is that the worry that's not going to be bright enough?
Sex in the dark. Why do you need to look inside someone's gaping asshole?
Do you think people only have sex in the dark?
No, I'm just saying that's a common way to have sex.
Yeah, but if you're doing the gape, if you're doing the gape part, you're probably going to flip on a lamp. So you can
that
take
is
a
what
look.
you do. You turn on a lamp and look down their asshole.
What are you talking about? People have sex during the day. We have sex during the day.
No, but what is the appeal of gaping?
Gaping? It's probably like about domination and like nastiness, like, oh yeah, open it up for me kind of a thing.
But it's just already open. You could put it like, she said not a baseball. Is that what she was saying?
Softball.
Okay.
Softball.
It's big.
Bigger than a baseball.
It's like a grapefruit.
It's like a grapefruit. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is how we do it with all the sports metaphors from Natasha, by the way. A softball is a grapefruit. A baseball is an apple. A soccer ball is a cantaloupe, and on and on.
Okay, well, that was inspiring to know that I could think on my feet like that and get away with it. And that's the kind of lying I think is okay.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. And I was really impressed and just thought that what a wise woman you are. Natasha, how we doing over here?
I'm okay. I was going to go check on my child.
You want to check on your COC? You got a COTC?
Can I check on the child?
You got a COMC?
Can I go check on my child?
Yeah. All right. Well, look, you go. You go. And you know what? You're good at that. You know why? You know how I know that?
Because I'm the birth mother.
Because you're the birth mother. And you know how that makes me feel when I see you still breastfeeding our child to this day? Actually, do 3-year-olds ever breastfeed? Or is that 3-year-olds do?
Some.
That is always crazy when you see a kid like saunter up with like a full gait, like they have their personality intact.
Suitcase.
Yeah, they're just like walking up, kind of like almost got like a pimp strut, and they're like, "Mom, what's up with them titties?" And, I'm full, and they're out.
But on the website it says you're supposed to. They
on the what website?
I don't know.
Gape.com?
No, like whatever's like the national breastfeeding whatever.
Yeah, what do they say?
They say we recommend up to 3 years old.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think.
I mean, I'm no judgment to anybody, but it is always crazy to me when I see a kid that's like full on, looking like they know how to read.
Nobody likes
talking
that.
about let me suckle on them titties.
Nobody likes it.
Tatés.
It's uncomfortable.
If you'd like to leave a secret, you can call us at 213-222-8608. Or if you would like to be on the podcast yourself as a advice receiver, email us, endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com.
Or email us to let us know who you agree with.
Vis-a-vis, what was our argument today? About the jalapeno hummus. Do I deserve my $7 back? I didn't get my money back. I let it slide because I thought Natasha would never let it go.
Okay, so you can also see us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Endless Honeymoon Pod. We're also on YouTube. That's where I listen to my podcasts when I'm not recording a podcast.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's just easy.
Well, also, you can always find us on Apple Podcasts, apple.co/.
Subscribe to our YouTube,
Endless Honeymoon. And yeah, go to our YouTube. And thank you, everybody that joined us at the live taping, and we'll do another one in a year or something like that. It was really fun. It was really fun.
Why a year? I want to do it again.
You want to do it next week?
Okay.
I don't think anybody would come. We probably maxed out. We sold 75,000 tickets. We did. It was a huge success. And I'm going to Tahiti. Would you like to come with me?
I've already been to Tahiti. It was I go back there.
Great. You know why I want you to come with me?
Why?
Because I love you.
I love you too.